Hello, this is Grindie Darlings, and I'm Richard Wright. What's Grindie Darlings? Well, it's a podcast that takes panel shows, quiz shows, improv comedy shows, and chucks it into a massive blender with professional wrestling and a little bit of salt to enhance the wrestling flavour. It's a comedy, improv, panel quiz show called Grindie Darlings about wrestling. Welcome back to Grindie Darlings. My name is Richard Wright, your wrestling improv quizzy sort of podcast host. I'm joined today again by main event Mark Cram.
It's a pleasure to be here, Richard.
By Tegan.
Hi.
And by Jerry Bakewell.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo.
Wayo.
Thanks.
Thanks. I thought I'd join in.
Yeah.
Is he still president of Liberia?
I've not checked.
Don't know. So, as wrestling fans, I don't know. I can't answer that question, and it's not for a point. As a wrestling
Mark, George Weah.
George Weah. As wrestling fans, we love a scoop or a news story. As we record these in advance, we start with the news that might be happening when you listen to this episode. Tony Khan's Uber is 15 minutes late collecting for Dynamite. He adds that time to Phoenix's contract. Netflix executives are left very disappointed that after watching episodes of Raw from 1993, WWF can't simply just bring back Damien Demento. Hulk Hogan reportedly being booed by the voices in his own head. And finally, John Cena appears at the Oscars, but forgets where he is and says he thinks he should host WrestleMania. Sadly laughing at your own joke.
I love a Damien Demento reference.
Unexpected.
By the way, best hometown name ever. Damien Demento was billed as being from the outer reaches of your mind.
Yeah, it's
Fucking incredible. Wasted on such a shit wrestler, but incredible.
Main event of the first ever Raw.
Against The Undertaker.
Oh, what was it the main event?
It was the main event.
Okay, so warm-up round. I will give you a championship belt. You just have to tell me who the current champion is. First one, easy layup. WWE Undisputed Universal World Heavyweight, whatever it's called. Mark.
Cody
Rhodes.
It's only the biggest song in wrestling, Rich.
Tegan.
Doink the Clown.
Doink the Clown. Love going with the comedy answer. I love it.
Walter. But I realise he's called Gunter. But I realise he's the wrong one.
He's the world champion.
Oh, what's the difference?
No one knows.
One of them is really important and prestigious, and the other one is on Raw.
The other one was for Seth Rollins to have something to do.
Yeah. So I am going to give 1 point to Mark, and I'm going to give 1 point to Tegan. I like Doink the Clown.
Thank you.
Do you like which version of Doink Clown?
Matt Bourne.
Matt Bourne?
Matt Bourne.
I liked Bourne Again in ECW as well, when he's in like half the clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked on the last episode about wrestlers that smell. Apparently he was disgusting and never washed his gear.
Oh.
And it was...
It's a big no-no.
Although weirdly, I've heard that Bastion Booger actually smelled all right.
Oh, that's weird. Oh. Trip to the Batcave is his finishing name. It's got nothing to do with bats in his gimmick, but his name is, he just teabags his opponent. That's essentially his finisher. Anyway.
How many matches did Bastion Booger even win to use a finisher?
Next title, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Go ahead, Mark.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
The pride of Kent, Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre Jr.
Fun fact, me and Jerry once defeated Zack Sabre Jr. in a pub quiz.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That fun fact, I didn't want to tell him, we've wrestled each other, because he probably wouldn't remember me, so I just didn't. That was sad.
There were also only two teams in the pub quiz. It was us versus Zack Sabre Jr.
And he looked at me as if to say, I know you, but why are you being weird? And I was like, oh, no, he won't remember me.
I fangirled out over him, though. I went hard on it.
Oh.
He kicked me in the face.
I offered to buy him a beer, even though he was already holding a beer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He famously loves his beer.
And finally, we have the AEW TBS Championship.
Don't do me first this time.
Let's go with... let's go Jerry. Why not? Mix it up.
Pentagon.
Pentagon.
Penta, sorry. Penta?
Penta. it's wrong. But
No, all right.
Tegan?
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan, that would be a bold choice for Tony Khan.
A good worker with no discernible character.
No,
Oh, no.
you're half right. It's a good work. It's Mercedes Monet.
Oh, okay. Not gonna lie, didn't even realise that was a women's
It's
championship.
a women's championship.
What's the name of the championship?
The TBS championship.
Oh, it's in the network they're
That's on
on.
the network.
They're the champion of a network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they made the TV title the TNT title, and when they did a women's one, they were call it the TBS title.
It's pretty lame.
Because we love cheering for networks. Okay.
Like Johnson's paint trophy title.
They still
LGV Vans.
Vanarama was in it.
Vanarama. I think it
Vanarama.
might still be Vanarama. But remember, comment underneath to tell us what it is.
Yeah. Sure.
For me, it always stays the first one. To me, it's always going to be the LG Vans, and then like the League Cup is always going to be the Coca-Cola Cup.
Was the Johnson
Never.
paint trophy before or after the LGV Vans?
I think it was before, but I remember it as
That's
the
dated me, that.
windscreen shield.
Oh, hey, Grandad.
And the conference will always be the Vauxhall Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Carlisle won the all windscreen shield and had to go out and buy a new trophy cabinet because it was so big it would not fit the one they had.
Tegan's loving this.
I mean, it's a wrestling podcast. We're getting into lower league football. There will be tangents.
Vengeance. LGV Vengeance.
Vengeance. It's a WWE pay-per-view name.
I've torpedoed this segment.
Okay, so just to remind people out there listening, they can at any point play one of their 4 cards. Hot tag, which allows the person to get another player to answer, but they don't have to get it right. Botch, if they play it before another player answers, they automatically get it wrong. Kip up, they play this card, they get a very, very basic trivia question worth 5 points. And kick out, if you give an answer and suddenly realise you're wrong, you can play that before I give you the answer, you get another chance.
Right, well, I'm immediately going to play Kit Up.
Okay?
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens, because he didn't write any of these, so I'm going to give you one. He did. Do you realise right now in this instant he didn't write any questions? So let's go very, very basic. What colour is the sky?
Oh,
I thought these were wrestling-based questions.
No, I didn't say wrestling.
that is
I
wrestling.
would say that's such an ambiguous question. The sky could be various colours. The sky can be black at night, it can be blue during the day, it can be grey when we're over cloud.
This isn't a philosophy class, Cramp.
I'm going to say blue.
That's correct.
But I answer that and receive points under protest.
How many points does he get?
5.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I should play that card.
In that case,
Oh no!
kip up.
Yes.
This is what you wanted.
This is what I wanted.
Ask him what colour something is. That could be more than one colour.
Oh, why can't I think of anything but really crap questions?
What colour's a rainbow?
colours are rainbow? Rainbow coloured. What colour is a British post box?
Does it have to be colour?
Red.
Anything else? My mind's going blank.
Red.
Red.
5 points.
Nice.
5 points, please. Thanks.
Sometimes they're gold if it's in a hometown of
Yeah,
Olympian.
it's only won the Olympics.
True.
Or that could be spray painted if someone spray painted.
We're looking for official colouring here.
Shout out Greg Rutherford, Milton Keynes, gold post.
Yes. Okay.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Oh, wait. Okay, Kip.
Right.
I'm so ready.
I'm going to get a guess that this entire bit is going to get cut.
What
It's not. It's genuinely
What I
not.
love most is I know
Yeah.
his entire brain is just going, say anything other than what colour.
Yeah.
Give me a color.
Go on, Richard. What colour is something?
I just did. Why did I not write any questions? I'll get. So I write. Do you know what? I'm going to give you something that's just. The answer's literally going to be in the question because I can't think of anything else. It's the only thing in my head right now. How many people are in the Jackson 5?
Well, okay, there's my.
At least he didn't ask what colour are the Jackson.
Oh.
Dodged a bullet. Dodged a bullet.
I believe there are 5 people in the Jackson 5.
Congratulations.
It's
Oh.
that's all right. Yeah. By the
It's gonna be
time
one.
Mark Simmons finally comes on this podcast, no one's going to go back and listen to the second episode.
It'd be funny if you played our botch card.
That would be dastardly.
Oh,
That would be dastardly.
Come here.
well,
That would be a very good strategy.
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to kick off With Name That Wrestler, I will give you 3 clues to the identity of a wrestler. Just tell me who they are. Get it on the first clue, you get 3 points. Get a second clue, you get 2 points. The last clue, you get 1 point. You can only enter once, so be careful when you guess. Clue number 1. His last match was in July 2022. Okay. Clue number 2. In 1975, he survived a plane crash that nearly ended his career.
Jerry.
Oh, you said it.
Jerry.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think it's really going to be his last match, even though he recently admitted he had a heart attack during
Yeah,
the
I
match?
know.
And he still thinks he's got one more in him?
He did a podcast where he went, I initially thought I just hadn't drank enough water, but no, I had a heart attack. But anyway, I can still go one more.
What company is going to insure that man to wrestle after admitting he had a heart attack in his life? Oh, Jerry Lawler kept going.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But again, it was his own company he was wrestling in, so what the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah, we'd have to put on another like Ric Flair special show, Conrad Thompson or something. And the last clue is his 16-time world heavyweight champion. For a bonus point, Ric Flair is a 2-time WWE tag team champion. Can you name either of the 2 men he won the belts with?
Mark.
Go ahead.
Botch.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well done.
Oh,
Well
nice.
done.
Jerry.
Botch.
All for it.
Fuck
Oh.
it, Botch!
Okay.
What?
Jerry.
Everyone has played their botch card.
Oh.
I should have kept mine. There was no need for that.
That's
I don't
question.
think those. Can we answer for fun?
Yes, that's fun.
I think it's Roddy Piper and Batista.
That is both
Yeah.
incorrect, yes.
No points for you.
Piper and Batista.
And almost Eugene, I think, once. I think he teamed with Eugene and nearly won a title.
Yeah. I know he tagged him.
Oh.
Eugene talked about it on a podcast. That's the only reason I remember it. Number 2, name that belt. I will give you a list of former champions in no particular order. All you have to do is name that belt. You only get 1 chance to answer. Okay, here we go. And this one has only got 5 wrestlers.
Okay, fine.
5 wrestlers. Ric Flair. Sting. Jeff Jarrett. Christian Cage.
Jerry. The TNA World Championship.
No.
Oh, Bob. NWA World Champion.
It's the NWA World Championship. The last answer was Nick Aldis. Last guess was Nick Aldis. This one is a bonus point, bit of fun, mostly for myself. Bit of fun. This, a bit of a deep cut. But who was the first British wrestler to win the £10 of gold and become NWA World Heavyweight Champion?
Mark?
Go ahead.
Dynamite Kid?
Nope.
Oh, I can see his face. Oh, my 2 brain cells are working so hard right now. Was it? T again?
Yes.
William Regal?
No.
No.
Jerry. Kendo Nagasaki.
No, that would have been excellent.
What an answer. Well,
No.
it's Japanese, sure.
Yeah. Did we all watch have his match at LDN when he was recently in his like 70s?
I can't stop watching that.
Oh,
I implore you to watch it.
you must watch it.
Who was
It's
this?
Kendo
Okay, so I thought
Nagasaki.
you were talking about the answer.
a couple things about that. Number 1, his AI generated music, which is unhinged.
Yes.
Number 2, just quite a spectacle. Number 3, the name of the tag team which who he fights. I can't say it on this.
Oh yeah.
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 Everything is almost unbelievable. It's a car crash in slow motion. I absolutely love it.
It's one of the
But I must
best
say
things.
it's tremendous.
What-
Kendo's wrestling. I'm not no slant against him.
What would we need to have happen for both Kendo Nagasaki and Ric Flair's last match to be against each other?
I'd love that.
What a
I
spectacle.
must say, Kendo can still move. He could still move. He was the most impressive thing about that match.
He genuinely was.
Everything else was
Awful.
they let him down. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. Yeah.
Well, the answer is Gary Steele.
Would not have got that in a million years.
He won the title at the NWA 51st anniversary show in September 1999, holding the belt for 7 days while dropping it back to Ogawa, the man he beat for it. And the reason this is seared into my brain is because in 99, I was, obviously, as I am now, wrestling nerd. And Gary Steele won the NWA title, and I still love the NWA because I was a WCW mark. And it meant the world to me that Britain won that title. And then when Nick Aldis won the title, they went around saying he was the first. She wasn't. But anyway, right. So there we go. That's that. No points, no bonus points on that. Third question. No, I've got one more. I've got a bonus saying that title. Got another name that title. Question. I will give you. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names in this list. Here we go. MVP. Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mark, United States Championship.
No. Chris Jericho. Masato Tanaka. Kenny Omega. And Tetsuya Naito.
Okay, yeah.
Tegan.
Yep.
Hot take. Make Mark answer it.
What happens if I get it right?
She gets a point.
So if I get it wrong,
She gets it wrong. She doesn't get a point.
But wouldn't you
It's
like
up
to
to
give
you.
me? Would you like
It's
to
up
give
to
a
you,
nice
Mark.
a nice
The
gal
first-
like
the
me
first-
a point?
The first dilemma.
A nice gal like me just looking for a point here?
can you repeat the names?
I can't repeat the names.
So I stopped listening after I said.
Can I just say, Mark has, quite frankly, a terrible reputation in comedy as being a right prick. And I think now is his chance to really overturn that and show
Yeah,
what a nice
now's
person he
his
is.
You know, you don't get any
For
points.
redemption. Okay, it is MVP,
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura, Chris Jericho, Masato Tanaka, Kenny Omega, and Tetsuya Naito.
So it's something Japanese.
Yeah.
IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MVP was the first ever man to win the IWGP Intercontinental Championship at a show in America in 2011. Then I said that for a bonus point. Who was the last man to hold that title? Shout out if you know the answer.
Don't. Jay White.
Kota Ibushi.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Before it was unified with the IWGP Heavyweight to create the monstrosity that is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Held by Britain. Zach
He was hit
Limpini.
with a car outside Resistance Gallery.
Set of fireworks
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
the Resistance Gallery.
Kota Ibushi's career is mad.
Yeah. Right, close the stable door. I will give you names. You just have to tell me the stable. Here we go. Kurt Angle. Samoa Joe.
Jerry! Main event Mafia.
It is the main event Mafia.
Very well done, Jerry.
Well done, Jerry.
Well done, Jerry.
Well done, Jerry.
I didn't you were such a TNA guy.
Oh, I can't. Hey, I was a big fan of who was the guy that did the coverage for the UK? What was his name?
I don't know.
No, there you go. What was his name? He used to do the microphone. You can cut this bit.
Blake Norton.
No.
There's a reference.
So I was on TNA boot camp. Got check. Yeah. I turned up to the York Hall to audition, and I shouted at Al Snow.
Were you Jerry Bakewell?
I was Jerry. I'm always Jerry Bakewell, Mark.
Sorry.
And we got in a row with him.
Okay.
We just cleared up fire damage because Resistance Gallery had set on fire Lucha that night, and we popped over for our audition. And I got into a bit of a verbal with Al Snow, and I went, "What does everybody want? You to be quiet." And that made it into the show. Yeah,
I don't remember that happening.
no one.
I like
It's kind of hard to remember anything else Snow does.
Oh no, he's a very good worker as Al Snow.
He's all right.
It's one of the best the kayfabe commentaries with the questions. It's one of the best questions ever asked was the one to Al Snow, because Al Snow has put in his opinion that only a match that draws fans can be considered a great match. So they asked him, "Does that mean you've never had a great match?" Which is harsh.
It was harsh.
Yeah,
Although I was trying to think of a great Al Snow match. Good Al Snow.
good Al Snow. The hardcore title, the
Hardcore Holly.
hardcore Holly one, they end up in the
Beat him
ring.
in a fence.
Yeah.
That was good.
He did his job. He played his role. He was never in a position to have a match people nowadays would think is a good
He
match.
got a mannequin head over as well.
He
Yeah.
did.
I
And
made
his work
money.
as Leif Cassidy will long be remembered.
Only remembered.
And Avatar.
Avatar. So I just say Avatar.
Many gimmicks.
Hey, the tag team with Steve Blackman. If you didn't like
Head
cheese.
cheese.
I mean, what a name for a tag team.
You know, that's peak Attitude Era kind of like.
That's a joke that's funny for about 1 second, and then they ran with that for a year.
Yeah.
Steve Blackman murdered a pensioner.
What?
No, it's part of the angle. They went to an old folks' home, and they left, and Al Snow went, "You didn't have to nunchuck a pensioner," and they just left it at that, casually.
So after our first sort of trivia section, Tegan, you have 6 points.
Nice.
Mark, you have 7 points.
Nice.
And Jerry, you have 8 points.
Get in. How did
Jerry's
that
just
happen?
winning this game.
All right, Jerry.
Hey.
Okay, so we enter into our mid card. This is a different round. We haven't played this last time. That doesn't work for me, brother. I will give you a title lineage, and you tell me where the mistake is.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, I'll be great at this. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
It's your turn.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
I have faith in you. You can be great at this.
Oh,
So the mistake will either be it's the wrong order or it's somebody who didn't win the title.
Do we know that we're going to be told what the title is?
No, you have to give me the title as well.
Okay.
are we buzzing or are we writing?
You can write it down.
Can I write at the same time as I buzz?
You can write if you
That's
want to
it.
do that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So we're all writing and buzzing.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't do what you can't do this at once?
I haven't got two right hands.
Writing and buzzing like most drug abusing alcoholic authors of the early.
There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Heats
Okay.
and yay.
Yeah.
So the
Bukowski,
name-
baby.
here we go. It goes. Chris Jericho, The Rock. Chris Jericho, The Rock. Triple H, Booker T, Kurt Angle, Booker T, Scott Steiner, Booker T, Vince Russo, Booker T, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Jeff Jarrett.
His Triple H didn't hold the WCW title.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of writing that,
Oh,
but I hadn't
that's-
started.
Oh, sorry,
buzzing
we're
at the
supposed to
same
write
time.
it down. Oh, sorry. No.
That's okay.
It's
chaos.
I'm
Sorry.
glad you ended it, to be perfectly
Yeah,
honest.
that's fine.
No, I could have gone on for another 5 minutes.
Could
at
have
least.
done, yeah. It's
So now we've got a slightly more fun sort of debate round. It's called Breaking Character. Each guest will give 2 wrestling-based facts about themselves, but only one is true. The other 2 players get a point if they guess which one is real.
I was once mistakenly given the Burger King order of TNA Hall of Famer Rhino.
Nice.
I once rolled a joint for British wrestling legend Paul Chevelle.
I know which one I want to be clear.
what was Paul Trevel's nickname? What was his
It's hardcore.
yeah, big pleather shorts.
Yeah.
FWA.
I've got my truth, but I can never remember my lie. I'm such a bad liar. Give me 30 seconds.
Okay.
The edit around this.
I will be editing.
I once wrestled for a show in Belgium in honor of Hulk Hogan's #1 impersonator who had just won the Benelux MasterChef. And my second one is I have pooed myself while wrestling 3 times.
Nice.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Can't answer questions.
No questions yet?
Okay, I'm ready.
Sure.
I'm ready. I once the one and only time I've wrestled was in a match at ECCW, and I broke my collarbone. My other one is I have dick pics of a WWE superstar.
I hope it's Roman Reigns for you.
And that's a callback to episode 1. You can catch that on wherever you find podcasts.
Okay, so you free to ask questions of your fellow players to discover what is the truth and what is the lie.
Okay, first question. Jerry, are you lactose intolerant?
I am not.
Okay.
Okay. What was the first thing you said?
Don't make me repeat it. I once wrestled for Belgium's #1 Hulk Hogan impersonator in the restaurant which he ran in a show in honor of him for winning Benelux's version of MasterChef.
Okay.
So we have to decide between us, and we just guess.
Each.
And all right, second, you broke your collarbone. How did you break your collarbone specifically?
I got suplexed and I landed it wrong.
Which
Okay.
collarbone?
Which
So right. That's why this shoulder.
suplex? And when you say you landed it wrong, how did you land it?
I landed on the shoulder.
On your collarbone, right?
What was the name of the person you were wrestling?
Don't remember actually.
How much did you get paid?
You get paid?
Was it in
That
a
could be true. That could be true.
Sounds right.
what kind of match was it? Was it a singles match, a tag team match, a triple threat match, a fatal 4-way match, a Royal Rumble match?
It was a 4-way splash match. There was water in the ring. It was kind of like, in Gladiator 2 when they filled it with sharks.
Yeah.
Is that?
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's a good indie budget.
Splash.
Wow.
That's quite a budget on the indies.
Welcome to Canada.
Got shot.
What was your wrestling name?
Tiki Stardust.
Okay, Mark, you're a McDonald's, right?
Burger King.
Burger King. I'm just checking. Whereabouts in Burger King were you?
Near the Coventry Skydome.
Coventry. And where did you say this person wrestled from? The ex WWE, did you say?
Rhino.
Rhino.
TNA Hall of
Ex
Fame.
WWE Rhino. And you,
Last ever ECW champ.
and what did he order from Burger King?
He was buying like quite a few burgers, I think, to take for the boys
Oh,
at the show.
that's quite a.
And I got given this massive bag, and I was like, I don't think that's mine because I wanted like one burger. And then Rhino went, "That's mine. That's my burger."
As being the most senior person on a wrestling show.
I think it's because he had more money.
Right.
Because
Okay.
it was an FWA.
Right.
No, but I think it was International Showdown.
No,
Maybe he knew someone
Yeah.
who worked at that Burger King, and so then that's why they gave him extra burgers. And your friends work at the restaurant.
I mean, it would be a long shot if I knew someone.
What's it called?
You never know who people know.
That's
Yeah.
true. You don't know.
The Covent Garden
Doesn't matter.
Skydome Burger King. I think lots of cool people probably work there.
Yeah.
What was your second one?
Roll joint for Paul Travell, hardcore British icon Paul.
Was this also at the Coventry Skydome?
This was the same show.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Have you only been to one wrestling? There's something. This is
I've been
quite
to the one wrestling show at the Coventry Skydome.
right. This has obviously got quite an impact on your life. This show.
Which direction did you roll the joint in? I've never rolled a joint.
Valid question.
That's a great question. Then I've never done anything.
I guess you'd call it up.
There you go.
I've genuinely never thought about that in my life. I was like, I guess it's up.
And just while you're accusing a member of the British public for taking drugs,
Yeah.
which are illegal, did he come to you and say, "Hi, you look like someone who could roll a joint. I, despite being in possession of these illegal drugs, have no idea what I'm doing."
I was 16 years old and I was waiting for my dad to come pick me up.
Right.
Because the last train back from Coventry had been cancelled.
Yeah.
So I was hanging around outside the Coventry Skydome.
Yeah.
And I heard someone say, "Oh, I wish I had some weed," and I had some weed.
Ah.
And being a little marky cunt, I wanted to get in and be, so I offered to roll the joint. But no,
Okay. Well, all right.
Okay. Okay. So, what do we think is the truth and the lie of Mark's? Tegan, what's true?
I think the Burger King story is true.
Jerry?
I think you rolled a joint for Paul Travell.
Oh, Mark, which is true?
the Burger King story is true.
Tegan!
I did roll a joint for a British wrestler.
Yeah.
I would never say on the podcast which ones for the reasons.
You're
Ah.
safe. You're safe, Hayde Vanson.
Right era.
Of all the people. True. Okay, so, Mark.
Anyone said that? You're safe, Hayde Vanson. First person to ever mutter that
Yeah.
sentence.
Would we even call Hayden Vanson a former WWE superstar?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
actually
Yes.
had one vignette and never wrestles.
Was it Rhino?
What's Rhino? Right.
No, that you rolled a joint for, which explains why he needed so much Burger King.
I did roll a joint for Rhino. But Rhino, yeah, I was given a bag of Rhino's burgers.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was very politely went, "I think those are mine," and I gave them to him. And then I said I was a big fan, and he just walked away.
Yes.
Oh,
Correct answer.
Yeah.
And then some kids shouted "Gore" at him, which was fun.
Nice. Well, what is the correct one for Tegan?
I reckon the collarbone's true.
Okay.
Now, initially I thought, well, the dick pic one's false. That's. But it's very difficult to break your collarbone on a suplex. If you land on it, you're probably fine. If you land on it from like a brainbuster position because they've dropped you, then yeah. So for that reason, I'm gonna say the dick pic's real.
The correct answer is dick pics. I have never broken a bone, nor have I ever wrestled.
You're never going to tell us who it.
Nope. Sukisa knows.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, don't ask her!
Yeah,
she'll find. She'll tell us.
No. Damn it.
She'll tell us that it's Seth Rollins.
Well, but that would be the point of that. We've all seen his.
Everyone has seen Seth Rollins.
Yeah, boring.
And who was Brad Maddox and
Oh,
Xavier?
Brad
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Seen both those.
yeah. And how? I've always wanted.
I mean,
to
of course, no, of course I haven't.
No,
I've always
haven't.
wanted to
I'll
say
watch
and
it.
how.
I'll be wrong.
Obviously, I didn't watch it. Didn't watch it.
Methinks he
Albert
doth
Array.
protest too much.
Or Albert Array.
Literally your ringtone.
A wallpaper, man.
Oh, so that's what I meant.
So, Mark, which is Jerry's correct one?
You know what? I'm going to say it's the first one is correct, but only because I think he's pooed himself a different amount of times.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm saying the first one is correct.
That was exactly what I was going to say. I think you've pooped, but I'm going to be specific. I think you pooped yourself twice.
I'll go high. I'll go full.
You know me too well. That's correct. I have actually only peed myself 2 times.
Well done. I feel like Tigger should get a bonus point for the number of poos.
Thank you. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why
That was a good round.
I always order
Wow.
really thick wrestling trunks now, triple stitched.
How much longer
Taking
does the
some
match
time.
go after?
Far too long.
Can the other
be honest.
person tell?
No, but I was shouting "Go home" on both the occasions, and they didn't.
Was it who? Can you tell us who you were wrestling on it?
No, because they also sent a dick pic. I would give that away. And also accepted weed off a 16-year-old in Coventry at one point, so we have to maintain that anonymity.
Fair.
Oh, now we go on to our main event, and that is, and why is it? I will give them a question like, who is the greatest Hart family wrestler? And why is it 99 Hart? Whatever you say is now your answer, you must back that up. The question is, what wrestler would be the best president / prime minister, and why is it? And again, the bonus point for giving me my secret answer. Let's go first to Tegan. What's your answer?
My answer is Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
But I've got my reasons. Don't
Good.
you worry.
Good. Jerry, what's your answer?
Late 1990s, early 2000s WWF superstar Tiger Ali Singh.
Not a name I was expecting to hear today. Mark.
Naked Midian.
Naked
Oh.
Midian is a solid choice. I will have Mark explain Naked Midian first.
Who doesn't want a bum bag wearing naked president? I feel like that is the trajectory that we are on in the world. Like, if you go from Trump to naked Midian, I feel like that is the procession you want. The only other you ask, is he a Democrat or is he a Republican? And I feel like we all know that he looks and acts like a Republican
Yeah.
because of his Godwin phase,
Yes,
and he's
that's
friends
true.
with the Undertaker.
Yes.
So he's definitely also like. Listen to some of the things he says on the Undertaker podcast. It's like just sort of low key admitting to crimes. And as we know, being a criminal now makes you president
Yeah,
of the United
that's
States
true.
of America.
That's very true.
So naked Midian, naked, Republican, criminal, genuinely never had a good match in his career. He wasn't the worst worker in the Godwins, and that is saying something. Yeah, he had a longer career. He stuck around.
He did.
Won a European Championship by taking it out of a bag. Being handed stuff. These are things that politicians love. They are just given stuff without working for it or earning it in any way. Naked Midian.
That is a far stronger argument than I was expecting for Naked Midian. That's good. Let's go to Tegan.
Hi. For the first time in my life, I've grounded an answer in reality. As we all know, Jesse the Body Ventura has already been involved in politics, has previously expressed his intent to run for president. Now, this isn't per se an endorsement of his politics from me. He is noted as a radical centrist who is fiscally conservative but socially liberal, which I think is an absolute oxymoron.
Yes.
But I do admire his dedication to like third-party independent politics. I think this is the most reasonable one. I went with the United States in my mind. I'm not from there. We don't live there. But he's an old white man, which they love. He's a celebrity, which they also love. But I will say he will be probably one of the only politicians out there right now who would have something to say to the working class, which is my very real Tegan opinion is what's missing from any major politician, any major party at the moment. I just think he'd be... he'd invest in transit infrastructure, which is what he was very noted for doing, and I think
Good.
that's underrated.
When you think of Jesse the Bully Ventura, you think of transit infrastructure.
That's what he did in Minneapolis. He invented a lot of transit infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry.
I don't think I can follow that, to be honest.
That's a very good.
To recap, I picked late 1990s, early 2000s, journeyman Tiger Ali Singh. Why? Number one, he's wealthy. And as we know, all politicians have to be wealthy. Whether it's just a little bit wealthy, like your human rights lawyer, or incredibly wealthy, like you've married a very wealthy person. Number two, he's got unblemished, clean record, mostly because he's just been billed from being from the continent of Asia, whilst, despite just waving an Indian flag showing some form of specifics, no one knows what his background is other than he's wealthy. Number three, he's very big. People seem to like that. He was 6'5", weighed 270 pounds. There we are. Number three. He's not the obvious candidate, is he? He's not the obvious. You didn't think about him, but maybe that's good. He could rise through party politics as the unknown man. And number four, he respects democratic process. He was told to fight in the mid card, and he did. And number five, he is probably the second most likely out of the three mentioned to invest in transit infrastructure. Tiger Ali Singh.
Also, he's very used to kind of like interacting with people. Didn't he used to do the challenge where he'd pay people?
Yep.
I always remember a girl making out with his man Babu after he'd eaten sardines all day. Or something.
Yeah.
That was TV that they made.
Yeah, this is a decision.
He gets on with it, doesn't he?
Yeah, just gets the job done.
Makes difficult decisions.
So, three excellent choices there, just to remind us. We're just going to go. We've got Naked Midian, got Jesse the Bully Ventura, got Tiger Ali Singh. It's a logical, it's a good answer, it's an interesting answer. I'm going to give you 3 points.
Firm but fair.
Naked Midian, I'm going to give. It's a good solid answer. I've never heard Midian explained to me quite as well. You just have. But I'm going to knock off a point.
Look,
You can't just
don't question it. Don't question it.
arbitrarily remove points from my total.
Jerry, probably my favourite answer of the bunch. So that should give you 4 points.
Ooh.
Wow.
So we're going to top up these answers after today's episode. Mark, today you won 11 points, putting you to a total of 21 points.
Blackjack.
Oh, nice.
Tegan, today you got 12 points,
Oh, that's better than last time.
making your points total 21.
Blackjack.
Doesn't that feel interesting?
I'd like to claim. I'd love to claim rigged. I'm not smart enough. I genuinely had no idea.
I think this makes sense because, Mark, you and I have the same level of wrestling knowledge.
Exactly the same. Exactly the same. And Jerry, today you got 13 points,
Jerry's smashing that.
Oh.
putting you on 24 points.
Buckaroo.
So, after today's episode, that is our points total standings. We haven't recorded any more this time, so we can't tell you the rest of the points tables. But thank you for listening. Thank you to Jerry, to Tegan, and to Mark for joining us for the first 2 episodes. Have you had a nice time?
It's been delightful.
Good.
Wonderful.
It's been all right.